Okay, so here we were yesterday, like what we implemented is if I press 12 plus 15, it gives me 27, correct? But now if I press 20 plus 27 plus 2, it should give me 29. And same, if I give, it should be give me 32. So we were clear, our calculator is doing basic operations as expected. But if we look into our code, okay, just focus on this area here. How, when we say like refactoring is required and how we can optimize our code, we can see this performing operation true, okay, assigning to previous number, and operation tag. We are actually making use in all the if conditions, correct? Three lines you can see which are getting actually duplicated. Okay, so first part what we wanted to do is we have done force unwrapping, correct? I told just try tonight. Okay, so what I told you that time, like what we wanted to do is we wanted to actually remove force unwrapping so that we are clear, correct? So we will not end up on errors. We have seen like what this could cause just a few minutes back when we were solving the issue where the connection is not made. Since this is force unwrapped, the connection has to be there. Okay, so what I should be telling you, okay, so let's get into this first force unwrap we have done. So let's make use of if let, or let's use guardlet here. Okay, so we'll discuss why guardlet will make more sense. I'll say tag equal to sender, okay, as UI button. So this says if you get the tag, then proceed, else you just return. Okay, and this should have a, I should try to access tag value. Okay, I'll say if my sender is of type UI button and has a tag, else you'll say you could print something, the logs. You can actually add logs here, which will help you understand if something has gone wrong here. Okay, so now I don't have to create, it says definition conflict. I will make sure I will just remove this. So what we have done here is our code has become actually crash free when we are trying to access a tag. Okay, now we will go through it. What we are doing is performing true, we make it performing false, and then we will give a text result label, and we say number on screen is basically result on text. So you could see like here what we are trying to do is we are trying to update the text. So let me get the label text. I'll say if result text, it's there, what it is, if let. So I am showing you like a quick return which we are making use of quadlet. So this is called you are actually trying to bind your optionals here. You can make use of this, and we will try with if let what result it will give us. So result text, I will say result label dot text. Okay, this is an optional value, and if it is there, okay, let's see if we have any compiler. It is saying we are not using it. If result text is there, then let's check if is performing operation equal to true, then do something else, do something else. And finally, once you are done with this operations, you will say update number on screen. Okay, so what we are doing is we are updating the number on screen. So I'll say once if performing is true, I'll say is performing operation equal to false. See here it is comparison, here I am assigning it. Okay, that's why one single. Then what we wanted to do, result label dot text should be this. So this is the same thing which we wanted to do here as well. Number on the screen should be double of this text, but this text is already, we have result text is there. This we will do in this condition, and that we will do outside. So I'll say number on screen is basically here. It's a general thing. We don't have to do in if else both, because we both in the both the code is same, so it can be taken outside. But here also we will update our result label.text in a different value. Okay, so what we can do is here, instead of result label.text, what we can do is result text we can use, so we don't have to actually force unwrap the value. Okay, and here also we can see if double value, what we are doing is actually force unwrapping. There can be a possibility, since it's a string, you will have a crash here. I will show you how. Let me show you. It's basically a result text. One second. Result text. This will create problem. Here what we are saying is it's a string value, then you are trying to convert into a double value. So assume if my result text, I will say result text I cannot change, but I'll say let my test value equal to 1. Okay, and I'll try to convert this into 1 into test value. Okay, we'll see how our method will behave when we will press a number. Okay, make sure what we have done here is just try to understand. We were pressing 1, but I say the number on the screen, instead of getting it from this string, I turn it into 1 value. Okay, result label.text, I told my test value is 1, try to convert it into bool, and I have given a force unwrap. So it will not understand a string value, which is it's not a digit 1, but it's a text 1. Correct. So this will lead us into a crash. So this is also, but this could cause a crash. So we'll say let number on screen, okay, we'll try to calculate that, is equal to double of the value. Okay, which is it should not be my test value, but I just wanted to show you how it will avoid a crash. Okay, if it is there, then you can go ahead and you will say not my test value, because my test value we are trying to convert and we are saying number on the screen. Okay, and I'll say double of number on the screen. I don't need to force unwrap, and we'll see what it is trying to tell us. Okay, if let, my bad. Okay, so what we did, we created one more, we checked if test value can convert into a number. Now it's 1, and we'll see what happens when now we actually use a string value, not the digit numeric value for the number 1. Okay, so when I go here, if I go here and I have, it will say this was not able to convert it. Okay, so then we will not have a crash. Because of this condition, it might crash. So basically what I need to do, let me delete this, or let me delete this, and I need to update not this, and this has to be result text. Okay, and I'll say number on the screen has to be not double, but directly number on the screen. Okay, so with this, what we have done is wherever we are doing force unwrap, we have tried to avoid it. Okay, so this is our refactored part, which we have tried to remove most of the crashes, and our things will only get executed when we have actually result text should be there. Okay, if it is there, then we will fall into this condition, and we'll check if performing is true, then you make it false, and then result label.text, you make it this, and then you update the result table.text. You go through the code again, and if you see you can do further optimization, please do let me know in the comments. Okay, so similarly we'll see like in other functions how we can actually make use of it. So this code is not required anymore. This is how we were doing force unwrapping, double force unwrapping. This can actually cause a lot of issues in the code. Okay, and we are good here. Okay, you can print logs. Let's see here what all we can do. So I told if my tag is 16, you do the operation. But if the tag is 11, 13, 12, 13 to 15, then we need to update some value. So I'll say if, okay, there's a condition, if you have tag equal to 11, then I'll say or tag equal to 12. To 14. Okay, so we wanted whenever this is there, we should actually update our operations. So let's do that. What I wanted to do, which is generic, I wanted to update the tag. Operation has to be tag. I should say this is actually trying to perform an operation. Okay, so previous value is this, since you pressed double, and then I can check if tag is equal to 11. Let me know if you have else tag is equal to 12, or let me just copy this. Okay, so and I'll show you how it will reduce maximum part of it. Okay, let me take and I'll print this, the same thing which I was doing outside. So now what I can delete, I can delete this, I can delete this, I can delete this. So 3 lines of code actually I just removed, because I say if this is the case, you do this. Clear enough? So this is how our code has become. So this is one check where we say if this is the case, you do like this. Okay, clear enough? Now what we can do is we can take this code and delete till here, because the tag 15 was, okay, let me re-indent. I cannot do command, I can do, okay, fine. So the next thing what I wanted to do here is, okay, here it is, if it is 15, you check operation and you perform operation. So what we have done is, here also it is clear enough. Okay, this is there, and then you have, okay, so let's see if after making all the changes where we stand. Okay, so this is our code. We are getting a failed issue. We will check what is causing that. Okay, so let me quickly build this and see if we have any issues. We don't have. Okay, this is our the calculator class. If I run now, you could see if I perform 12, okay, I will disable the breakpoints just to check if everything is working fine. 12 plus 2, which is equal to 30, which should not be the case, correct? So if I clear it and I'll see if I'm doing 12 plus 2, it was working all this well. So it should actually give me 14 value, but it is giving 13. So let's debug that and we'll see like where we have done the mistake. Okay, so what can cause problem? See here, my previous number was 12 plus 16, which should be 28. Let's see, 12 plus 16 is 13. So it is always giving actually 13. So we'll see what exactly is causing the problem. Okay, so it is trying to add 1 into it. So let me add one breakpoint here and let's try to figure out what is causing the issue. So I tried 1. Okay, it checks the tag. It says result label dot text. It is there. What it is? It is empty. Yes. So what mistake we have done here? Okay, so result label dot if performing operation is equal to true. Okay, so basically fine. So here we will get result label dot text equal to, which is getting updated. Correct. Now what we are doing is, the mistake what we are doing is, we are actually accessing result labeled. Instead of that, we should access text. Okay. So after actually assigning the text, the result label dot text should get updated, but we are making use of result text, which is actually empty. But if I print result label dot text, result text is empty. But if I print result label dot text, I will get value 1. So this is actually causing a problem, because it is always taking the first value, which is wrong. So here, how we can correct this? Okay, we wanted to go ahead. Once we wanted to check, if you are performing operation, you update with this, but if you are not performing operation, update with this. But here, result text, so what we can do is, here you can have, if what we want to know is, you have the same condition we wanted here, result label equal to result label dot text. Okay, there can be multiple ways, but the problem here exists is, instead of that, I can actually, okay, here there can be a, here there is a possibility that result label text. Okay, so here actually this doesn't make sense. Okay, I will show you where it will make sense. Okay, let's rewrite this condition again. I'll keep it here. So I'll show you why this doesn't make sense. Okay, I'll say, if you are performing an operation, you update the result label dot text. Else, okay, you are not performing operation, then update the result label dot text. Okay, then I'll make use of this condition, because now for this time I will be having result label dot text. Okay, so what I can do here is, result label dot text should be there, and I can use nested if let. Okay, okay, this we will correct it. Okay, let me pause this for a while, and I'll say result label dot text should be there, and you can, how you can have a nested with this, and you will say number on the screen is this. Then what you will do, you will assign number on the screen equal to num on the screen. This is assignment. Okay, number on the screen is equal to num on the screen. Okay, this assignment is done. So then we don't need this set of code. Let me check. Okay, yeah, this set of code we don't need. I will delete, and I'll show you. This is causing one more problem, where actually we need here also result label dot text. So we can have here, this should only get execute. I'll say else if, okay, result label dot, okay, else if let, I cannot, else if let text equal to, I've never used it like that, but just wanted to check if there is something like that we can make use of it. So I can set text equal to text plus string. Let me compile and see if this will give a problem. No. So this is also, this I have not used, else if let, but let's see if our code behaves correctly this time. Okay, I'll say, let me remove the breakpoint and see if the behavior is correct. 12 plus 16 should be 28. Okay, and plus 2 should be 30. Okay, so this is what we have done today. We learned how we can actually avoid, rather than using, we have this, okay, which is called force unwrap. If you have not watched my video on optional binding and chaining, you can find that in the window in the I section. Okay, so rest what we have done is we have tried to optimize it to the level where like we don't have a redundant code. And later down the line, we will actually work on the design principles, how we can. Right now, we have done our code only in a single class. So when you have to build a big projects, you cannot stick to a single class, correct? You can divide your functionality. We will speak about inheritance. So this is one of the example where like you have a UI view controller as a super class and then you get a UI view controller. But we'll take a couple of examples and work on that. So for today, this is it. We'll see you in my next lesson. Thank you.